As you guys know, that on this channel, I always talk about serious topics, you know, regarding what's happening with us around the world and what's going on in the future. I mean, I'm gonna say what's going on in the future, but what's going to happen in the near future. But what I want to talk about today is something even serious, even more serious than that. I'm just talking about my baby. And before I get into this, I'm gonna say this: for those of you that know my situation, you know that what's been happening to me as far as the living situation, um, I'm stuck in a dilemma because if I be here, right, there's gonna be all kind of hell's gonna break loose because hell's already breaking loose now, but it's gonna be even more broke loose if I stay here. Um, and the thing is, um, the thing is, I'm going through. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had to just do something real quick. But like I was saying with the situation, like if I be here, hell is gonna break loose because of my circumstance, because of the personal issues that I got going on that I haven't displayed on here. As to what is going to set me back, and so I'm in this guilty factor because wherever I'm going, not I said wherever I'm going, but where I'm going, if I make that decision, is I'm going to be stress free. I'm not going to have to worry about a lot of the things that I worry about when I'm here. And I need to be in that position because it's not only is going to be beneficial for me, but it's going to be beneficial for my daughter. And so, yeah, for those of you out there that know that, you know, so I'm still in the dilemma with thinking about that, right? About me making that move. And so let me not waste too much more of you guys' time. I'm gonna get into this situation about my daughter. Um, Her mother just called me like 20 minutes ago, and was telling me some things that's going on with my daughter. Additionally, from the other issues that she already has. Um, for those of you that support me, y'all know the deal on what I told y'all about my daughter's situation. But for the new viewers, I'll let you guys know what's happening. Um, my daughter has mild forms of autism. She has ADHD, and she has global developmental delay. And so she takes medicine for those issues that she has. Um, and she's been dealing with that for a long time, you know, potentially lifelong because of her issues that she has going on. And with that alone itself, caused some challenges, but, I wasn't trading it for the world. Um, so fast forward, leading into what's happening now. So yeah, her mom called me um, crying, and told me she called me and told me that my daughter has she's going through depression and she is schizophrenic. And me as a dad, right? Because I've been there for my kids since she was young. I raised her, and so me, my initial thing is to be strong because you can't have two people on the phone crying, you know. But I'm very frustrated because of these things that she's been diagnosed with. Um, Her mother also said too that she hears voices and she hears things she hears voices. I think not here. She hears voices, but I think she said she hears voices through the walls. And so when she told me that, man, um, man, I don't know. I'm so frustrated because, I'm asking myself, why does it have to happen to my baby? But everything happens for a reason, and you know, the issues that me and her mom go through, that's there, but that doesn't deter me from being there for my child in whatever capacity that I can be. And her having these issues, man, I'm at a standstill because I don't know what to do. Because outside of me continuing to be her father and just letting her know different things, I don't know what to do as far as managing those things. Um, she takes medicine now for depression. I don't know about the schizophrenia stuff. Um, I just don't know. Maybe there's a medication out there for that, and I don't. Again, y'all know how I feel when it comes to medicine, man. But this situation, man, is severe because my daughter's a schizophrenic, and I don't know to what degree, how deep it is of her being a schizophrenic. Because when I speak to her on the phone, she covers this stuff up, and she don't show it to me. Her being a schizophrenic, she always want to make sure that everything is good for her dad, and I want to bring it to her attention about this stuff, but she's going to shut down. And if I press, she's really going to shut down. She's not going to open up. So I want to let her come to me with this. And so that's the frustrating part with all of this. And I just don't know how to handle it. I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I'm very, very lost because, my daughter has been having these issues, and I've always reassured her by, being there if I got to be there for her in person if I can, because obviously the situation between me and her mom, what I told you guys, and whether I have to do with talking to her on the phone, right? And with this situation is that, by my child being a teenager, you all know how teenagers are, for those of you out there who have kids. Um, teenagers don't really like to talk to their parents. They usually only speak to them when they really feel like it. And so, me as a dad, I give her that outlet to come to me when she's ready, right? But it also puts me in a stifled mode because I want to be able to mend all her issues and help her. And I feel like I'm not useful enough to help her like that because what can I possibly do? When it comes to this, outside of me talking to her and just reassuring her and letting her know, about herself, about she's a beautiful young lady, and dad is here for you no matter what, whether I'm near or far. And I don't know if with this situation that's gonna be good enough. Um, even when I'm in her presence, right? When I'm in her presence, um, it's very helpful. But in this situation, I don't know if that would even have an effect. I mean, it would, because like I said, I've been there for her, and I will continue to be there for her now. But she's a teenager, so it's different. But I don't know if that would mend her issues that she has as far as being schizophrenic and having depression. You know, I know it stemmed from something. You know, I just don't know. I mean, I do know one personal trauma that's caused that, right? That I won't talk about on camera. But I'm saying, as far as other issues, I don't know what those things can, what causes those things. The doctor has said that it's a chemical imbalance in her brain as to why it's causing these things, as far as her being a schizophrenic. And I don't know if that's a natural thing or whatnot, but for me not knowing, I'm going to know because I'm going to do my research on this. But it puts me in a standstill mode. And I say all that to say this, that the situation that I'm going through, right, if I make that move, it's going to be beneficial for me and beneficial for my daughter. You know, it's going to be very beneficial for my daughter because, again, I'm gonna be in a better situation, and she's gonna be able to come whenever she needs to come. You know, outside of her having school. You know, and so if I do go, I feel guilty because I feel like I'm leaving her. And I don't want to leave my baby. You know, and so that means if I leave my baby, if I don't leave my baby, I I go through the struggles of what I'm going through, and me not knowing where I'm going to be next as far as stability and having a place to be, right? Because it has nothing to do, at this particular point, right? Everything that people mention, right, about working and having that's not, it's essential, but it's not essential. Because again, it's people out here living in their cars and they can't afford where they stay, right? So again, it's togetherness, right, that causes the less stress. And my situation right now, because of the personal issues again that I have, and I ain't gonna talk about on camera, is what's gonna force my hand to go and move, because I don't have no other options. I'm on the brink of being homeless here, I'm obviously just doing whatever I can to just make sure I don't be out here in this heat, right, before I make that move. But again, if people knew the personal stuff that I was going through, they would understand as to why I have to make the choices that I make. But again, this is what has put me in this predicament about feeling guilty because I don't want to leave my baby. So that means if I stay here, struggle, and still have the capacity to see my daughter whenever she's ready to see me, or go and move and be in a better situation, right? But be at a distance from her, and then when it's time, when she wants to come see me, she can come see me, and it'd be better because obviously she won't have to. First of all, I'll be stable, and she won't have to worry about anything. She's gonna be good, and so I'm going through this, and because I discovered this today, it puts me in a real tough situation, man. Tough decision, man. Because I haven't made, again, the move. I haven't made a decision to fully go. Yeah. I know if I decide to go tomorrow, I can go. But I have other personal matters that I have to take care of here before I even decide to go. So I can't just up and go, even if I wanted to. Like, let's say if I'm not even here where I'm at now and I was somewhere else, I couldn't just up and go. I have to get I have to take care of those other issues first before I even go. And so I'm in such a dilemma. Because my daughter, she's a teenager, she's almost 16 years old. And so I know I shouldn't feel guilty about, going because I know I'm not leaving her, right? But the father in me is what's pulling me back because I'm hands on top of that, I want to be there physically to show her that I'm not going to leave her, right? And I've never been in a compromising situation to where I have to move and go and be some states over, and she has to come my direction in order to see me, right? I haven't ever been in that situation. But due to my personal issues that obviously her mom knows and she knows and everybody else around me that knows, right? They know. They really, really, really do know. And I hate for my hand to be forced. Because when my hand is forced, I feel like that I don't have no control over the situation. Because I know if I stay, this is a guarantee. If I stay, I'm going to be in jail. I'm going to be in jail. Um, if I stay, I won't have anywhere stable. I mean, her mother offered for me to be there for maybe a week or a couple weeks at a time, or maybe a month. But me and her mom is not together anymore, and I don't want to have to end up revisiting that and being in her space, knowing the situation, because it's not nothing between me and her mother, right? And it isn't like my child is small, you know. If she was real little, that'd be different. But she's older, so to be in a household spending time with my daughter, right? Which I would love to do that, right? But being around her mom, that'd be the most awkwardest thing ever, you know. Me just spending time with my daughter, just to be in her presence, and just sacrifice that to be around my daughter, based on what's going on with me and her mom, it's just not ideal, right? I'd rather for my daughter to be in a better situation as far as wherever I'm going. She won't have to worry about that. You know, I won't have to worry about the situation with her mom and things of that nature. Because although this is going on with my daughter, right, my kid's mom is gonna, it's gonna be old stuff that I don't want to have to end up revisiting. You know, it's been 5 years and I passed that, so that'd be awkward. So I don't know, y'all. But what I do know is that she got this going on, man, and it's she's so young. She's just so young to have this stuff, man. And I don't know what triggers this, man. I don't know. I don't know. And for anybody out there as a parent that have kids or have a kid that know that's been in this type of situation, you can understand what I'm going through, man. It's very, very, very tough. It's very, very, very tough. And again, like I said, I won't be leaving her, right, as a father. Yeah, the physical part of me will be gone, right, but I'm not leaving her as me being her father, because I'm always going to be an active dad in her life no matter what, whether I'm near or far, right? But these are just things that's going on with me that I'm wrestling with. And then hearing this news today, it just put it over, man. It just really put it over. Damn, man. Damn. Damn. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I need some help with this. I need some help on this decision, man, because um, it's pulling me back, man. I'm going through a dilemma. You know, I'm willing to. The father in me is willing to say, man, let me just be on the street, man. Let me just be on the street and figure it out. And you know, whenever I see my daughter, I'll just see her. Whenever I can. You know, but all because for the sake of me not leaving her. My mind's telling me that. But then my other part of my mind is telling me that you're going to be in a guaranteed better situation that you need to put yourself in. That I know for a fact that this situation is emotional and it's taking a toll on you, but you need to go, right? And taking that first step to go will put you in a better situation. That's what my mind is telling me. And so, yeah, please, y'all, I need help with this situation as a parent because I'm all over the place with it, man, and I don't know what to think. I feel like if I leave her, then I'm gonna be powerless. You know, I'm gonna be powerless to be able to be useful to her, to see her when I'm ready to see her. You know, I'm here now, and yes, I haven't seen her, right? I mean, as much as I would like to, but for other reasons, but just taking that step, that leaping, just and leaving, man. I don't know. I just don't know. I talk about some serious issues, y'all. Like I said, man. But this right here, I'm begging y'all to help me with this. You know, to please help me with this. If there's nothing else that I'm asking you, please help me with this as far as the situation about what I'm going through. You know, as a father, just help me because I don't know what to do, and I feel like I'm gonna put myself in a situation that's not gonna be beneficial for me or my daughter. So that's it. You know, and for those of you stuck around the video to hear this story, man, about my daughter, that's very, very serious. I appreciate y'all because I know how I can be in videos, and you know this situation right here, man. Is ain't no need to try to pull nobody in. I'm not. This is a serious matter, man. Again, this is very serious, like the other issues that I talk about. But this is regarding my daughter. This is really regarding my daughter. And when I look down in the comments, I'm going to look at each and every one of them and take heed to what you guys are saying. Because again, it takes a community to go through things, you know, in this life. And again, yes, I'm a father of my child, right? And so it solely depends on what I want to do, right? But again, it'd be very helpful if you guys can help me in me making this decision on what I need to do for the betterment of myself and my child. More so for my child than me, but for my child. Okay? So, and I look forward to your comments, man. And I'll see you on the next video.